For too long, the story of Africa has been told in the passive voice. It is a narrative where things are done to a continent. It is a place where development is a gift bestowed by others. This language suggests a continent of people who are waiting. It implies a quiet patience, a silent hope for external saviors to arrive with plans and funding. This way of speaking is not just wrong, it is a distortion. It erases the truth of how change really happens. It mutes the voices of those who are the true agents of their own destiny. The story of Africa is not one of waiting. It is one of doing. It is one of building. We must change the way we talk about development. We must use the active voice. Development is not something that is given. It is something that is claimed. The real story of development is found in the actions of ordinary people. It is written in the soil tilled by farmers, in the lessons taught by teachers, and in the structures designed by engineers. These are the architects of everyday progress. Consider the farmer in the Sahel. She is not simply a victim of climate change. She is a scientist in her own right, experimenting with traditional planting techniques like zai pits to capture precious rainwater. She works with her neighbors to plant trees that hold the soil and provide shade. Her actions use local knowledge to build resilience for her family and her village. He knows the official textbook does not speak to the lives of his students, so he creates his own materials. He brings in local storytellers to share oral histories. He connects children to their heritage and their environment. He is building citizens, instilling pride, belonging, and a sense of identity. Seeing the cost and smoke of charcoal, she designs a clean-burning stove using recycled metal and local clay. The story of Eritrea is complex, filled with both struggle and profound resilience. For years, the world has seen young Eritreans making perilous journeys across deserts and across seas. These journeys are not a sign of passivity. They are a desperate act of agency, a search for dignity and a future. The tragic loss at Lampedusa in 2013 was a stark reminder of the human cost. People do not leave their homes lightly. They leave when the hope of a dignified life at home fades. Eritrea must reckon with prisoners of conscience, journalists, religious figures, political dissidents, because dignity cannot flourish where voices are silenced. A nation cannot build a shared future without the freedom to speak, to question, to participate. Trust is the foundation of collective action, and trust cannot grow in a climate of fear. Reconciliation begins with truth, justice, and fundamental respect for human rights. Yet even amid challenge, the people build, with check dams and terraces. Simple structures capture rainwater, replenish groundwater, and allow families to cultivate even in dry years. The most effective solutions are almost always homegrown. This is the power of local-led design. It rejects one-size-fits-all approaches disconnected from reality. When communities design their own projects, results are more relevant, sustainable, and embraced. In Burkina Faso, women's associations are not just advocating for rights. They are securing legal title to land, a fundamental shift in power. Owning land lets them invest, plant, and feed their families and communities. Community enterprises manage local resources. Benefits remain local, economic and environmental. Community-generated data flips power, collected, owned, and analyzed by residents to advocate with evidence. Needs become well-researched plans, not pleas. Instead of isolated mega-resorts, imagine Eritrea's eco-cultural tourism, Art Deco Asmara, and a pristine Red Sea coast led by local cooperatives and supported by diaspora. Jobs, culture, conservation, with revenues flowing to guardians of heritage and environment. Across the continent, a new generation is refusing to be silent. They use their voices, their creativity, and their digital savvy to shape their political destiny. In Sudan, youth and women called for a transition to civilian rule, freedom, peace, justice. In Nigeria, NSARS rose from hashtags to streets, uniting a generation to demand safety and respect. In Senegal, movements pushed back on unconstitutional changes and demanded transparency. In Nairobi, community-grown tech hubs create skills, jobs, and local solutions. They are building their own platforms, networks, and agendas. Brick by brick, idea by idea. The awakening is a mosaic of 1,000,000 deliberate acts, in fields, classrooms, tech hubs, and on the streets. As slow as a tree's growth, as fast as a viral hashtag, rooted in ancient wisdom, energized by new technology. Not more charity, more respect. Genuine partnership that supports local visions, not imposes plans. Protect free speech and space for civil society. Fair trade, just debt relief, and laws that let women own land. Students access information, and communities control data. The ultimate goal is freedom, the right to live with dignity at home and shape your future.